South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball team is just 2 wins away from once again becoming national champions. And we are less than 2 hours away until the start of the Final Four game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Our very own Rick Henry and Judy Gatson are in Dallas with the latest.
Greetings once again from Dallas, Texas, where in about 2.5 hours the top-ranked Gamecock women's basketball team will take on the Iowa Hawkeyes here in the Final Four. Lose, pack your gear, go home. Win, you advance to the national title game Sunday against either Virginia Tech or LSU. Julia Westerman is my tag team partner. Boy, this is a lot of excitement tonight here in the Lone Star State.
Oh yeah, the Gamecocks are favored to win the title. They've been ranked #1 all season long, and they're the #1 overall seed in the Big Dance.
And you can't talk about this USC women's basketball program without mentioning their head coach, Dawn Staley. She has them in the Final Four for the 3rd straight year, and they are 2 wins away from winning back-to-back titles. Now, early in her coaching career, Staley says she was fueled by some of the low points. You know, she was the National Player of the Year at the University of Virginia, got them to the Final Four, but they couldn't win it all. And the first time she took the Gamecocks to the Final Four in 2015, they lost to Notre Dame in the semifinals. Now she's looking for a 3rd title in 7 years. Staley says when she was growing up in Philadelphia, she dreamed about being on college basketball's biggest stage.
I'm not driven by it anymore. But it was one of my lifelong dreams. As a child growing up in North Philly in the projects, I only saw women play 2 times on television. That was the Olympics, and that was the national championship game. And that was the driving force in me wanting to accomplish that, because at that time that was the biggest, and it's probably the biggest, still the biggest thing besides playing in the league.
Well, Virginia Tech and LSU get us started, and then it's the game that everyone's been waiting for, South Carolina and Iowa.
Yeah, you know, some people were hoping that would be the national championship game, but it's okay. You just get it 1 game early.
Well, for Gamecock fans, it could be the last time that they could see that class of 2019 as a full unit. The team has tried to stray away from getting sentimental, but it's hard to ignore how the clock is ticking on their time together. Since arriving on campus in 2019, the Freshies have lost just 8 games. They have 3 regular season conference titles, 3 tournament championships, 3 trips to the Final Four, and of course, last year's national title. Their eyes are on the back-to-back prize, but when the time comes, they'll have plenty to say.
Oh my gosh, why would you ask that? Oh gosh, I don't know what, it'll probably take me like a little minute to really think about everything that I want to say in the Freshies group, because I mean, this group is so special. Like, we came in together. I know everybody's heard the stories, came in together, stayed together, but I mean, it really means something so deep that that is our safe space, you know? Like, we could talk about anything no matter what's happening, where everybody in that group is the first to know before anyone else, and oh my gosh, I could cry. Oh, that's so sad.
When it gets close to the game days, we always get in each other's ears and talk a little bit. And after these interviews, y'all always make me think about it. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be on my mind for sure.
Well, I know they will have plenty to say to each other when the time comes, but hopefully the time doesn't come too soon. They have at least 1, if not 2, games left.
And the earliest that South Carolina and Iowa will take the floor tonight is around 9:30. So that means you'll have to tune into our morning show. We'll have all the highlights and the post-game reaction. Okay, that's going to wrap it up from here in Dallas at the Final Four.